can follow me through the session. All right, so exactly 1 minute to go. Grab a pen and a pencil. Sorry, a pen and a notepad so we can start this session without much delay. We are already 7 minutes into the session. All right, so ready to get started. So today's topic is irregular periods. What are the causes and how? What are the remedies for irregular periods? Irregular period is is a condition that kind of impacts most of the women through their reproductive years and also during the time when we are approaching menopause. So it's a very common condition, and certain in certain cases it is in our hands to control the regularity of the periods. In certain cases it is not, and I'm going to go through all of those today for your knowledge and awareness so that you can take the right action. All right, and who am I am Ruma, your host for today. I am a certified fitness trainer, I'm a certified fitness nutritionist, and I am a women's fitness specialist from International Sports and Sciences Academy USA and National Academy of Sports Medicines USA. I was recently awarded the Rising Star She Unlimited Award by Times of India in the month of August 2020. So, ready to get started? And the entire session for today, I'll cover it in three parts. Sorry, four parts. The first part will be about the causes, the medical causes of having irregular periods. Second will be the lifestyle causes of irregular periods. Third is the natural cause of having irregular periods. These will be the first three sections. And with that, we will move on to the remedy for correcting irregular periods. All right. So if you are excited, type excited in the comment box. I'm still not sure you can see me, hear me. So people who are there, please do me a favor. If you can hear me, see me, please do write hear you, see you in the comment box. All right. And if you're excited to know about irregular periods and the remedy, the causes and the remedy of it, type in excited in the comment box. Excited in the comment box, please. Okay, so the first one that we are going to cover, and, and another disclaimer. Whatever, I'm not a doctor by profession, neither do I claim to be a doctor. The anything that I advise in this session will be in the will be as per my academic qualification of being a personal a fitness trainer, a nutritionist, and a women's fitness specialist. This is not to replace any medical advice. So a disclaimer up front. All right. So the number one reason, and now we'll go into the reason. The number one reason that people, medical reasons that people for which women miss their periods. The number one is having birth control pills. Many women are on birth control pills. They have been put on birth control pills by their gynecologist or endocrinologist, and that is one reason of missing their periods. The another reason that we commonly see, and many women come to us from doctors' referral to help them with these conditions, are conditions of polycystic ovary syndrome, the PCOS, which is a very common issue in women. And the another one is thyroid. Having hypo or hyperthyroidism, either one will cause some kind of irregularity in the periods, right? So the medical conditions, birth control pills, PCOS, hyper or hypothyroidism. Then the other ones that we also commonly see is uterine fibroids that also cause irregularity in periods. The another one that we see is endometriosis. Now, these are the common things: endometriosis, uterine fibroid, PCOS, hyper or hypothyroidism, taking birth control pills, PCOS. These are the common medical conditions for women to have irregular periods. Now, can something be done about it? Yes, something can be done about it. You will definitely need to listen to your doctor's advice. But at the same time, you can change some of the, and I will come to those as well at the end of the of this section is there are certain things in your control where you can help yourself get relief from some of the irregularities. It will not go away completely through natural remedies. You will need to go through a medical practitioner, but certain to a certain extent you can get some relief. The number two reason are lifestyle issues, and this is where I'm going to share some detailed information because this is something that we work with a lot of women very very closely, right? So one of the things that we see women why they miss periods is because they are overweight. Right, overweight leads to a condition where the estrogen that has been secreted by the glands do not reach the receptors because of the excessive lipid in the body and a, causing an imbalance in the hormones. Now there are two hormones primarily that help in getting your periods. One is estrogen, another is progesterone. So estrogen and progesterone, these are the two hormones that work in tandem with each other through the month for us to be able to get our periods on time. And women who are overweight usually have, the estrogen function gets a little impaired because of the high amount of fat deposition in their body. So one is being overweight can lead to having irregular periods. Another one that we have often seen people, and this is, because of following wrong practices, we have seen women having irregular periods is where have sudden weight loss. You must have seen a lot of these ads, lose 10 kgs in 10 days, right? They sound very exciting. They sound very appealing that I can lose 10 kgs in 10 days, and many women just fall for that. Not just women, even men fall for that, and those are very very wrong way of losing weight, because number one, whatever you lose so fast will come back even faster, and second is it puts your body through such a trauma and stress that a lot of the functions in your body get impaired, and one of them is if you happen to be a woman, then it could be your menstrual cycle as well. So do not fall for those flashy 10 kgs in 10 days. If you have to lose weight because you're overweight and that is causing irregularity in your bleeding, then go for healthy means of weight loss. That will not only help you in regularizing your periods, but will also help you sustain the weight loss for a longer period of time. Also, if it is a healthful weight loss, you will gain a lot other benefits with this weight loss as well. Number two that we have seen, seen in women is they go through two kind of diet programs that they may have gone through, and that would have completely impaired their hormonal functions. One is keto. Now, women need some amount of carbohydrates in our body for it to regulate our hormonal cycles. The vitamin D's, the high fiber, and some amount of protein in the grains that we consume is very important for us to for our body. It's needed for our body to regulate the hormones, and hence going too low in carbohydrate, which is a way that keto diet works, can be detrimental on women, and can many other women have reported losing their periods by following keto, a very high protein, high fat diet. They can end up missing their periods. The another one, and many of the studies have also shown that intermittent fasting is another. Intermittent fasting has also caused women to miss their periods. So one of the things that we consistently see is that very low calories and very low carbohydrate in a woman's diet can really impair the menstrual cycle. So do not go for any of those very extreme diets that are very low carb and very low calories. Instead, go for, again, reiterating the same point. If you have to go for weight loss, go follow a healthful approach. The another thing that we see. This is a little contraindicating to not contraindicating. You will feel that I'm conflicting what I've said before is exercises. Sometimes, but now listen to this very carefully. Sometimes, and in my experience of working with hundreds of women across the world, I have seen this also, that oftentimes out of enthusiasm, some women, not many, but some women over exercise. Sometimes what also happens is they enroll under a trainer who pushes them beyond their limit. And over exercising, pushing yourself beyond a limit, puts your body through stress. And that stress can also lead to losing your menstrual cycles, losing your periods. And this is a common cause. Now, stress of any kind can also make you lose periods. Sometimes, say you are a working woman and you have a lot of pressure at work, and you are working day and night, or you have a personal issue at home that you are dealing with. Many times, these stress can also cause you to miss your periods. Um, when you over exercise, that also puts your body through stress. And that can also be, though exercising is very, very important to bring our hormonal cycles under control, have hormonal cycles in balance. The moment you do over exercising, that can be very, very counterproductive to your health, and you can start seeing missing your periods. In fact, if you go and do a little bit of research on the internet, you will find that some of the top athletes who, the athletes really have to push themselves to perform at that level. Many of the athletes, women athletes, actually end up missing their periods. And you can do this research, go to scholar.google.com, and you can find many research studies that have actually substantiated this fact that over exercising can be detrimental. You need to have 150 minutes of minutes per week of exercise to be healthy and fit, and at an intensity, which is kind of regulated by an educated personal trainer, not the kind of trainers who push you beyond their limits and they feel that the more you exercise, the more you sweat is better for you. You need to work with somebody who is qualified, who understands a woman's body, and who can tailor make your exercises to suit your physical needs. All right. So bringing it in a nutshell, the things that the natural the things that are in your control, the lifestyle issues that often result in women missing their periods. Number one is being overweight. Number two is sudden weight loss. Number three is wrong kind of diet, or the diet patterns that do not work for their body, which are low carbohydrates and low calories, such as keto or sometimes intermittent fasting as well. Number four is over exercising, and number five is stress. Right. So, and you understand with these causes, these lifestyle causes are completely under your control. You can do things, you can change and alter your lifestyle, you can change what you are doing currently to be able to be able to regulate your periods on your own. Yeah. Now, the number three thing, which is a natural phenomena in women between the age of 40 and 50, is natural. Naturally, we start missing our periods, and this is the time. The age between 40 and 50 is the time when our body is preparing us for menopause. Typically, perimenopause is defined as the time between 45. It starts at 45, and that is the time when women start seeing more pronounced uh, instances of missing their periods. So if you're between the age of 45 and 50, and if you're seeing irregular periods, and none of these things have happened, you've not gone through crash diet, you've not gone through keto, you've not gone through intermittent fasting, you're not over exercising, then if you've eliminated all of these reasons, then the best thing for you to do would be to meet your doctor and identify whether you are really your body is taking you towards menopause. Your body is preparing itself for menopause. I'm sorry, body is preparing itself for menopause, and the doctor will typically put you through a blood test, through which he or she will try to identify your FSH hormone level, the follicle stimulating hormone and your estrogen hormone. Typically, if you are approaching menopause, then your FSH value will go up and your estrogen levels will come down. And eventually, once you hit complete menopause, for a year you will stop having your periods. And once you stop having your periods for a complete 1 year, that means you are officially you have entered menopause. And at that time, your ovaries will stop almost the estrogen production from your ovaries will continue to lessen and finally it will stop. Right, so that is a very natural phenomena. It is not something. In fact, that is how our bodies are designed, and we are meant to reach that stage. But during this perimenopause time, also you can do certain things to kind of regulate your menstrual cycle. You cannot kind of change the way your body is trying to move during this time. It's a very very natural process. You shouldn't do any unnatural means to bring it back, but there are certain things you can do to, at least within your control, to help balance, help regulating your menstrual cycle or your periods, right? So these are the three things. So what are the three causes that we covered? We covered medical reasons, and under medical reasons we covered PCOS, birth control pill, hyper or hypothyroidism. We covered endometriosis, and we covered uterine fibroids. So these were under medical conditions, and if you have any of these, you will be working very closely with your doctor and also with a nutritionist or an exercise specialist who will help build a complete lifestyle formula for you. The number two cause that we often see, and in my experience of working with so many women across the world, I have seen is a very very common cause, is losing too much weight too soon, not taking it slowly and gradually, following the wrong dietary practices, unhealthy dietary practices. Some of them are, and keto and intermittent fasting have shown to in women to have an adverse effect by stopping their periods or making it irregular. We have over exercising. We covered stress and over exercising as also a lifestyle cause that results in irregular periods. And the fourth one and last one that we covered was a natural process, which is the perimenopause phase in women. Which causes irregular periods. Now, now this brings me to the end of this section. The more what do you call it? The best part of this the video is still remaining, which is what can you do to regulate the periods, right? Now, if you found this valuable, the different causes, and if you can relate to it with your own lifestyle, then please do love and like this video, and say valuable in the comment box, please. Love and like this video, and valuable in the comment box, please, and I'll move on to the next section. And while you're putting valuable in the comment section, and I do not see any questions come in, um, please do not hesitate to put your questions, because there is a slight delay. Uh, as and when you have the questions, please type it out in the comment box, and I will get to all of these questions at the end. So do not hesitate to put in the questions. Let's keep it interactive, and let's keep the session valuable. So valuable in the comment box, please, before I move on to the next one, and a love and like for this video. Now, I'm also happy to announce that with our experience of working with hundreds of women across the world, we have been able to develop a curriculum for women to master their health. Oftentimes, we have found that women go through so many changes in their life, and that impacts them both physically as well as emotionally. That with a little bit of guidance, awareness, knowledge, right guidance, a little bit of guidance, right knowledge, and awareness, and a good plan, women can really master their health. And once they master their health, they will be highly productive. We will be highly productive, not just in our personal space, but also in our professional space. And we will be very, very happy. The moment we are happy, we will be able to give happiness to others. When we are ourselves not happy, we will not be able to share that happiness with others, right? So health is the base of everything that we want to do in this world is the base of our happiness as well. And this program was created by me by keeping this curriculum. It is an e-learning module that was created by me, keeping the health of women in mind, and helping women master their health. And the first live webinar of this is on 14th. We are launching this product on the 14th of January, which is next Thursday, and and you will be able to get a free entry to that webinar by clicking on this link that I'm sharing in the comment section. Um, so do take a moment to claim your free pass. Very soon they will start becoming paid. These are the first these are the first ones, and hence the first few live webinars will be completely free. And I want more and more women to sure, Rituparna, I will cover that with PCOS. And in this curriculum, I have covered the different hi. And in this curriculum, hi Rituparna, welcome, and thanks for posting in your first comment. I have been requesting everybody to post in the comments and questions. So good to see your question, Rituparna, and I will surely cover your question. Right. And in this curriculum, we are covering the different conditions that women go through post 40, middle-aged women and post-menopausal. This curriculum was built with the middle-aged women in mind and post-menopausal women in mind, and it covers PCOS, it covers hypothyroidism, it covers post-menopause as well. It covers the different dietary changes that you need to do, and it also covers the different kinds of exercises that you need to build into your life. It also helps you build a plan for yourself. And more about it when you join me in the webinar on 14th of January. So click on this link. Get your free pass and you will hear more about the program. Not just the program, you will get a lot of valuable information about your own health and well-being. So it will, just by attending the webinar, you'll get a lot of information about your own health and well-being. And you will also, at the end, you will also get to hear about the course that we have built for you. All right. So with that, thank you so much. And Rituparna, if you can post in your specific question about PCOS, I believe you were saying that I'm thinking that since you said PCOS, your question is about how PCOS kind of um, uh, disrupts your menstrual cycle. Well, PCOS, PCOS is a condition. If that is your question, please type in yes, Rituparna, to understand whether I am answering the right question. And if not, then you can just post in your question and I will answer that question. All right. Okay. So with that, as Rituparna is typing in her question and confirming whether my understanding of a question is right, I'll move on to the third section, the next section, which is how can you regulate your period through natural remedies? All right. So number one is take care of your stress. Any kind of stress that may be happening in your life, and typically in women above the age of 40, this is a difficult time, right? Our children are growing. We have aging parents, and we are going through a lot. And if you are a professional woman, you have, by this time you have reached a certain part in your certain place in your career, and your career also has a lot of demands from you. So you can see, how you feel stretched between so many different responsibilities at home, managing your family members, and then managing your office work, your colleagues, your co-workers, your boss, your customers, and all of that. So it's a lot that women have to deal with, and it is very, very natural that you will feel overwhelmed and you will feel stressed. So the one thing that I would advise is find out your stress, your stress buster mechanism. One of the first things that we advise women is exercise, and exercise right. Exercise is, again, you shouldn't over exercise. You should exercise as much as is needed by your body. You shouldn't exercise less because it will not give you any benefit. You should just exercise right, and your exercise, if you feel that you're not, you should basically get it designed by somebody who is knowledgeable about exercising, not somebody who is just keeps on pushing you, right? That is not the right way of exercise. So the exercises release happy hormones, and that is one way in which it can become a great stress buster. And I can say that with conviction, and I can say that with confidence, because for the last 23 years I have been exercising. I've been in the profession of fitness only for the last 4 years, though. Before that, I was a software engineer by profession and by qualification as well. And I moved into the profession of fitness last 4 years, but I myself have been exercising for the last 23 years since I was in university. And I have seen the benefit of that. It has saved me through postpartum depression. It has saved me through close people, near and dear ones passing away in front of my eyes. It has helped me through that as well. So I can say that, and with a lot of work pressure as well. So I can say that with conviction and with a lot of confidence that if you are exercising, then it will help you in managing your stress much better than people who do not exercise at all. Now, exercise will just not take away your stress. Exercise will also balance your estrogen levels and your progesterone levels. So a person who has never exercised, if they get onto a right exercise routine, which is right for their body, you will see that you are able to you will start getting your periods regularly, and that has happened to many of the women who have joined our program. When they started exercising in the right amount, they started seeing their periods becoming regular, even with PCOS. So mind you, even with PCOS, you can regularize your periods, by doing the right exercises. Yes, Rituparna, I will definitely cover your question, how to bring condition under control, the PCOS condition, and I will definitely answer that question. All right. So the first one is exercising. Second one is sleep. Sleep minimum 7 to 8 hours per day. A woman needs a minimum of 7 to 8 hours per day. And if you find and that one number one thing, it will help you in relieving your stress, which will regulate your periods. And if you are someone who finds sleeping find that your quality of sleep is poor and your quantity of sleep is poor, I will recommend one small tip for you. Right before going to bed, have a cup of lukewarm milk and one banana. A small yellow banana is what we call um, in Karnataka. A small yellow banana and a cup of lukewarm milk. All right before going to bed, and you will see that your sleep patterns are improving. The number two way of improving your sleep pattern is by getting sunlight through the day. So target to get minimum of 20 minutes of sunlight through the day, and you will see that it will set your circadian rhythm in place, so that your body will now start right at the moment when the sunset happens. Your body will start to slow down, and slowly it will produce melatonin at the right time, which will help you fall asleep. Right? So sunlight, not only many of the people think that sunlight is only for vitamin D, but sunlight also helps you in relieving your stress and getting you a very good quality of sleep. And this is a feedback. This is something that I apply on myself, and I have seen great benefit. And I have also heard this feedback from people who have joined our program, and we encourage them to get 20 minutes of sunlight every day whenever it comes. It doesn't come so often in Bangalore, but whenever you get the sunlight, it will help you not only in relieving your stress, but also in getting a good sleep. All right, so that's number two. So number one was exercise, and number two was sleep. Number three, I would say, very important, if you exercise regularly. Now listen to this carefully. If you exercise regularly and you're still missing your periods, the number two thing would be for you to reduce your level of exercise and see whether the next month you're getting your periods on time. Reduce the intensity of exercise. You shouldn't stop exercising by any means. Reduce the intensity and see if you're getting your periods on time the next month. Right. So right exercise, um, uh, get your sleep, and reduce the level of your exercise. So these are the things that you can do. And now I'll come to some of the dietary habits that you can do. Right. In the dietary habits, one of the things that you can do is start consuming good fats. And you can, if you are a non-vegetarian and if you eat fish, then eat mackerel, eat the fish usually comes with high amount of omega-3 fatty acids. So mackerel, the sardines that we find in India, even the Indian salmon that you find are very high in omega-3 fatty acids. So start consuming more fish. And if you do not get enough supply of fish, fresh fish, then you can also opt for cod liver oil or the fish oil, the omega-3 fish oils. About 500 mg to 1000 is a good uh, is a good dosage for any adult. I would recommend start with 500 and then you can move on to a little higher dosage. Now, for people who are vegetarians, you can opt for flaxseed oil. All right, so that has a very high content of omega-3 fatty acids, and you can start having flaxseed oil. Flaxseed oil and any of the omega-3 oils has other kind of benefits also. They are non-inflammatory, they are anti-inflammatory, and they will also take away any inflammation that is there in your body. So they are very very good. Usually, people who are recovering from injury also, we suggest fish oil for them or omega-3 fatty acids for them. All right, so that is the number two thing. And Rituparna, also for you, if you are suffering from PCOS, and for anyone who is attending this session and is suffering from PCOS, then you should also start consuming the omega-3 fatty acids like fish oil, or start having fish. Or if you are a vegetarian, you should start consuming flaxseed oil, and that really helps with PCOS symptoms, right? The another one that I would suggest is turmeric. Turmeric has lots of benefits, and one of the things that we have seen turmeric do is also regulate the menstrual cycle, the periods. So the way to have turmeric is you can have turmeric just in lukewarm water. What I do is early in the morning, once I've finished my lemon water, once I've finished my garlic, the next one comes this turmeric powder. I take a tablespoon of turmeric in one glass of lukewarm water, mix it up and drink it. You can drink it like that, or what you could do is you can mix it in milk and have it. It's called the golden milk, and it has lot of benefits. It will not only help you regulate your periods, it will also give you a lot of immunity booster, right? So turmeric will help you with that. Also, turmeric is a very good antioxidant. Usually, people who have arthritis and other kind of injuries, we ask them to have a decoction which is made from turmeric and other things. So turmeric is an excellent thing that will not only help you with your periods, but will also give you the immunity that is needed by your body. All right. Okay. The number three, the next one in the list of dietary changes that you must do is have whole grains. Stay away from refined grains like rice, the white rice especially. Have whole grains instead, and whole grains would be your ragi, rava, jawar, bajra, whatever is locally available in your state. You have that, right? In Karnataka, we have ragi, jawar, bajra. We get all of that, and we are blessed. Rava as well. So start consuming whole grains. Grains are very, very important. If you have started to miss your periods, then whole grains are should definitely be in your plate instead of the white polished rice. So make that transition and see the difference in you. Right, so whole grains. The another one I would suggest is have papaya. Right, a papaya you can have either the ripe papaya or you can have the raw papaya. If you're having raw papaya, you can make sabji or a curry out of it, and have it with your chapati or have it with your, have your dinner or your lunch. And if you're having ripe papaya, then you can just juice it up and have it. Don't throw the pulp, or you can just cut and enjoy a ripe papaya. Right. So these are the four things. Just summarize. These are the few things summarizing in terms of activity. Reduce your levels of activity. If everything else is going fine, see by reducing your levels of activity whether you start getting your periods. Second is start, if you're not exercising already, then start exercising. Minimum of 150 minutes per week is the recommendation. Third is stress. Take control of your stress. sleep for 7 to 8 hours, get sunlight for 20 minutes a day, and start. If you are not getting enough sleep and if your quantity or quality of sleep is poor, then start by including a cup of milk and a small yellow banana right before bed, and you will see the difference in your sleep levels. The magnesium that is there in the combination of banana and milk really helps you relax your body and get a good sleep. Right. And in terms of dietary changes, I advise turmeric, I advise papaya, I advise fish oil, and I advise grains. All right. I hope you have made a note of this valuable information. All my sessions, every live sessions which happen every Friday, 5 to 5:30 p.m. are super packed with information. So unless you are sitting with a notepad and a pen, you may be missing a lot of information. I hope you've made a note of all of these information. I hope you found this valuable. If you found this valuable, I would appreciate if you can put a love and a like for this video. And I'm ready to take your questions. Love and like for this video, please. All right. So, Rituparna, your question was about PCOS. I'll give you certain guidelines, and once you register for the health mastery curriculum, we will be able to give you much more detail about PCOS. PCOS is a condition we work with. It's a very common condition that we work with. A lot of the people who join our program come to us after having been referred by the endocrinologist. So a lot of doctors referral of with people suffering from PCOS come to us for lifestyle guidance, and this is how we approach it. Right. So number one thing that we say is they have to reduce consumption of any processed and packaged food. Any see PCOS is actually a kind of an inflammation of your glands where the androgen hormones are more in number, right? Is being produced more. So we have to, and that is because of the inflammation of your glands. So we have to reduce inflammation, and we have to basically reduce the consumption of food that can cause inflammation in the body. And most of the inflammation comes from all the packaged and processed food. The trans fatty acids that are part of the packaged food, the chaklis, the chips, I'm forgetting the name of those, but all the packaged food that we see in the supermarket, like they are Haldiram bhujia walas, bhujis, the mixtures, all of those, right? So they cause inflammation in the body because of the preservatives, because of the trans fatty acid. And the first thing we need to do is we need to get rid of those from our from totally, right. So that's number one. The number two thing that we suggest women with PCOS is have a lot of whole grain food, and whole food, not whole grain, whole food. And under whole food you will have whole grains, which are your rava, ragi, jowar, bajra, all the kind of millets, the foxtail millets, the kodo millets that you get in the superstore, atta. So these are your grains, the pulses, legumes, all the dals, the lentils, rajma, chole. These are all rajma, chole, all the vegetables, including potato, including carrot, including mooli. All of these are good for us, right? Vegetables, all fruits are good for us. So, have whole grains which are lesser processed. So when we say whole food are food which are not processed, right? And we cook them at home. We buy the raw materials and we cook them at home. So any whole food is good for us. So the number one thing that we do, that is the number two advice that we give to them. The number three that we give to the, we ask them to do. So number one is non-inflammatory food, right? Take out any food that causes inflammation. Number two, whole food. Number three is good fats, and in good fats we include cod liver oil. We include flaxseed oil for people who are uh, what do you call it? People who are vegetarian, we include flaxseed oil for them. So good kind of fats is needed for their body. And another thing, and the fourth one that we say is no to anything that gives an insulin spike. So PCOS is also a condition. What happens is with PCOS, your insulin resistance goes up, your insulin sensitivity decreases, and insulin resistance go up. So a very common condition in women with PCOS, what we find is they often end up suffering from diabetes. So we need to keep the insulin levels low. in women with PCOS. So sugars go out. Anything that has sugar in it will go out. Anything which has uh, so so that also includes your fruit juices, the canned fruit juices. Right, the canned fruit juices, one is it is processed, it has preservative in it. Second is it has a lot of flavor in it. So it is a complete no-no for people with PCOS. Canned beverages, which are your Cokes, your Pepsi, Mazza, all of those, it has very high level of sugar, complete no-no to them. Sugar in your tea and coffee, complete no-no. Try complete no-no. And you can substitute it with stevia, which is a natural sweetener. That is fine. And the last one that I would also suggest for you to avoid is coffee. Coffee has a cortisol-like response in the body, also causes it's a stimulant, right? And what happens with coffee is it dumps whenever there is this cortisol-like response, liver dumps glucose directly in your bloodstream. And that can again, the PCOS and insulin combination goes for a toss. So coffee is also one thing that you should completely avoid. All right. I hope that helps, Rituparna. And I hope, and I really do wish that you sign up for I have shared the link, the Health Mastery curriculum. The first live webinar of this is on 14th of January. You will get much more information with respect to women's health mastery, and you will also get to know more about the curriculum that we are launching on 14th of Jan. So please do sign up for that, and you will get a lot more valuable information. And for people who listen to this and people who have PCOS, if you found this valuable, please put in valuable in the comment box and also a love and like for this video, please. And I'm waiting if I get some more questions. All right. Oh, wow, we are quite above our time. We are 15 minutes beyond our time. Thank you so much for your patience to sit through this long session. This was, we had to cover so much. Thank you. I had to cover because I cannot do a shady job in in distributing the information. So a little delay. Thank you so much for your patience. And if you have further queries, you can always message me. You can message the Navitai page, or you can message me directly, and I'll be happy to respond to your queries. And do not forget to register for the free live webinar on 14th of January, and you'll get much more valuable information as part of that webinar. All right. So have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining. Signing off now. Take care. Have a lovely weekend. Bye bye.